Tonight on UCentral, National Voters Registration Day is coming up. If you are not yet registered to vote, then be sure to visit the NI tomorrow. Summer is still here, Broncos. You might just have one more chance to visit the pool before fall is upon us. If you're a country artist fan, stay tuned as Chelsea will have all your social media updates later in the show. UCO football is continuing to move up the ranks. Phil will have all your sports updates and what to wear to this Saturday's football game.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Valerie Scott.
And I'm Zach Sexton. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Are you ready to vote? If not, National Voter Registration Day is tomorrow. Students can make their way to the Community Engagement Office in the NI University Center, room 141 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Tuesday, September 16th. You can register to vote in Oklahoma, or you can update a current registration with a new address or name change. If you register through the Community Engagement Office, all of your forms will be submitted to the State Election Board free of charge. With midterms coming up, plus next year and local elections underway, it is a good time to renew your voter registration. If you live in Creek, Noble, Osage, Pawnee, or Payne counties, there will be a special election to replace former state rep Ty Burns. The primary election office is currently scheduled for December 9th. Unless there are runoff elections, the general election will be January 13th, 2026.
For just the second time ever, UCO will be adding a new doctoral degree program. The university says it's received approval from the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and the Higher Learning Commission. Officials say adding this program brings them one step closer to reaching an R2 status and potentially becoming the first university in Oklahoma to do so. The new Doctor of Education in Transformative Leadership and Learning is set to launch in 2026. It's a 60-credit-hour program offered in a hybrid format with online classes and on-campus sessions each semester. This will be UCO's second doctoral program, the first being a Doctor of Science in Forensic Science, which launched in 2023.
September is Suicide Prevention Month. This year in Iowa, the Des Moines Police Department is highlighting a rare approach to handling mental health emergencies. Marcus McIntosh explains.
Des Moines Police Operations. Do you need police or mental health services?
If you need mental health services, you will be connected with a clinician, a mental health professional inside the dispatch center, someone like Alex Bidding. That is when the conversation begins.
The clinician that works up in our dispatch will handle all calls that have a mental health component. They'll be able to determine what the level of risk is, as well as deciphering who's going to be responding to that call.
The care team started about 3 years ago. Some 62% of calls for the care team were handled without a field response. Bidding says that team is a critical part of the Des Moines Police Department's dispatch center, another option at hand for dealing with the ever-increasing mental health emergencies.
Mental health is just as important as our physical health, and I think that we need to be able to treat it that way. So having those conversations, letting them know that the ability to help and how accessible and immediate it can be is very important for our community to know.
Des Moines Police Sergeant Paul Parizek says having a clinician inside the dispatch center works.
The clinicians can go to a house and they can talk to somebody, or they can talk to them on the phone, which is a huge piece, without having a police officer there.
Telling us the clinicians are vital because the need is great.
2023 to 2024, the overall number of calls for mobile crisis and care has gone up 50%. But for care alone, it's gone up over 70%.
Other police departments with clinicians embedded in dispatch include Austin, Texas, and Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Elijah will have our first look at weather.
Hi there. I got your first look at weather, all right? So, as y'all can see, we've got our temperature outside is 87 degrees, all right, with a scattered shower. I know y'all were able to go outside and see the sun was still out, but there was rain hitting the ground, all right? And because of all that, we got a big humidity of 46 degrees, all right? 46%, but it really feels like 88 degrees, right, with a wind of 16 to 24, all right? As we keep moving, all right, y'all will be able to see that we're going to have a raining week ahead of us, all right? We're going to have a few chances throughout the week, but the most important thing, all right, even though we're going to have hazardous weekend conditions, all right, is that it's still going to be safe for y'all to go outside, enjoy the fair, all right? You just got to bring some rain boots with y'all, maybe a rain jacket, all right? And As y'all can see, we're gonna have cooler temperatures as we keep going on throughout the week, right? Thursday and beyond, right? But I'm gonna have more of your weather look a little bit later. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Elijah. The U.S. and China are trying to reach a trade agreement before a self-imposed deadline. Both sides are holding off on large tariff hikes for now. Officials from the countries are in Madrid, Spain today for negotiations. Besides trade, they're also discussing TikTok. Americans could lose access to it in about 2 days, as Amy Kiley reports.
They're negotiating TikTok right now.
The U.S. could ban TikTok from American app stores Wednesday. That's unless a non-Chinese company acquires it. President Donald Trump says officials from the U.S. and China are trying to reach an agreement for such a sale.
We may let it die, or we may, I don't know, it depends. Up to China. It doesn't matter too much.
The ban stems from bipartisan legislation former President Joe Biden signed into law last year. It prevents TikTok's Chinese parent company, ByteDance, from maintaining ownership of the app. The law cites concerns over national security and data privacy.
A bipartisan majority in Congress wanted to see this TikTok app either sold, divested, or banned. And yet here it is still online.
The reason TikTok is still available in the U.S. is that Trump has delayed enforcing the ban 3 times. He could use an executive order to try and do so again.
His critics say it's one of the most egregious abuses of presidential power, basically claiming that he has the ability to nullify laws.
Trump credits TikTok with helping him win last year's election. He says he wants to reach a deal to keep it available to Americans.
I'd like to do it for the kids that like it.
So he's recognizing the incredible popularity of TikTok, but he does seem somewhat agnostic about the future.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The Pentagon's international watchdog has reportedly finished a review of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's use of encrypted messaging app Signal to discuss sensitive military operations. The review's findings are now in the hands of Hegseth. He can now comment and give feedback on the Pentagon's Inspector General's findings before the final report is given to the Congress in the coming days. A source said a version of it will likely be made public. The review began in April after The Atlantic revealed Hegseth shared information from his Signal account related to the U.S. military operations in Yemen. That information allegedly included details about the timing and movement of assets involved in pending U.S. strikes against the Houthi rebel group. Hegseth and his office have consistently denied that he shared any classified information on Signal.
2 men in Magna, Utah are behind bars after allegedly leaving an incendiary device under a local news vehicle on Friday. Authorities said the device was determined to be real and had been lit, but failed to go off. 58-year-old Abib Nasir and 31-year-old Adil Justice Ahmed Nasir now face multiple charges, including threat of terrorism and possessing weapons of mass destruction. The FBI served as an overnight warrant on the men's home Saturday. Authorities said other contraband was found, including weapons and other devices and evidence of crimes. The neighborhood was evacuated as a precaution. Salt Lake City police said both men had protective orders that prohibited them from possessing firearms.
Today was hot, but are we expecting some rain?
Elijah D. Panoa will have our full look at weather after the break.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move to meet our students where they are and get them where they want to go. Over time, thousands of students have made the move to UCO. They come to pursue their passions and find their calling, to improve their lives, families, and communities. UCO moves and motivates students in and out of the classroom. Here, potential takes flight. Our students' curiosity ignites a spark that fuels transformation. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the university that hasn't stopped moving since 1890. In fact, we are gaining momentum.
This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
Hi there, I'm Elijah with your weather, all right? Like I said before, we've got a temperature out there of 87 degrees with scattered storms. Like I said, we got a wind chill, a west wind chill of 16 degrees. Feels like 86 degrees out there with humidity, but like I said, it's an 88 degree real, all right? As we keep moving on, we've got great weather day headlines, like I said before. We've got a rainy week coming up, all right? We got to watch out for those hazardous conditions, all right? Make sure that we stay safe out there as we're driving and as we're walking, all right? And the cooler temperatures are coming. They're coming on Thursday, okay? As we look at the full state, as y'all can see, we've got Idabel at 91 degrees. We got OKC where we're at 87. As we move all the way to the Panhandle and Guyman, we got 89 degrees. And we move up here in Miami, 89 degrees as well. It's going to be hot throughout the state, all right? As we look through tonight, okay, we're going to really bring down the temperature, really cool us down at a cool 69 degrees, all right? It's going to be a clear sky as well, all right? We're going to be able to see the moon, maybe a few stars, okay? Now, the winds are going to be southeast winds going 6 miles per hour, all right? Nothing to blow you down, but a good breeze to enjoy the night at, all right? And the humidity is really going to come down at 23%, all right? Now, we still got to watch out for those rain chances, all right? It's at 10% today, but as we keep looking throughout the week, it's going to get higher, all right? Now, as we look through our 7-day, or I should say, as we look through our daily forecast, 7 a.m. is going to be cool, 69 degrees, like I said before. It's going to be nice, overcast, but as we keep going through noon, all right, we're going to get to a 71 degrees. The sun is going to be out like it was today. It's going to be beaming, all right? So make sure you don't wear anything too heavy, all right? And as we get throughout the day, we get to 7 p.m., we're going to get to 89 degrees, all right? Now, as we look through the 7-day forecast, all right, right now we are on Tuesday, all right? It's 20% chance, and as we keep going, Wednesday is going to be our highest rain chance at 50%. All right, I want y'all to keep an umbrella in your car if possible. All right, as we keep moving on, like I said, Thursdays we're going to get 30% chance, and Friday and Saturday we're just going to have an overcast, but it's still going to be nice weather overall. All right, we're going to have to start looking back at the weather, I should say, around Sunday. That's when the rain chance is going to come right back out at 40%. All right, but that's all I'm going to have for your 7-day forecast. Right back to y'all at the desk, okay?
Thank you, Elijah. Next up, what happened at the Oklahoma Music Festival?
And who was the first black man to win the Best Supporting Drama Actor? Chelsea Rios will have more after the break.
It's time to explore, to come out and play. Our city is waiting, so what do you say? Whether daytime or nighttime, the right time is now. Finding those moments to make you go wow. Amazing new places to fit every mood. Shopping and dining. Did we mention the food? There are green parks and ballparks and water parks too. Museums, attractions, and also a zoo. The modern frontier is the friendliest place. Now is the time for your dreams to be chased.
It's the Roadway Replay.
Time for the lightning round, Brian. Let's rewind your drive to work. How far did your car travel while you checked your phone? 20 feet, 100 feet, the length of a football field.
100 feet.
Oh, sorry, Brian. In just 3 seconds on the highway, your car traveled the length of a football field.
Distracted driving? It's no game.
Hello, Broncos. I'm Chelsea Rios, and this is your social media update. Oklahoma native Zach Bryan got into an altercation with another country singer, Gavin Adcock, at an Oklahoma music festival. Adcock, a country singer from Georgia, said on social media on Saturday saying they had a heated discussion through a chain-linked fence. Bryan said, "Hey, do you want to fight like a man? Open the gate." Adcock posted another video on Instagram talking about his perspective, saying, "I don't think Zach Bryan is a very good person." Adcock said Zach was trying to find him the entire festival and did encounter him, but did nothing. He said he had plenty of opportunity through the whole day to do whatever he wanted to do, but decided he was going to wait until like an hour before my set. That is when Bryan jumped over the fence with barbed wire on top of it. Bryan has not addressed any of the videos or situation. The Emmys happened last Sunday night and history was made. Tremel Tillman becomes the first black man in the Emmys to win Best Supporting Drama Actor. This was his first ever Emmy win and first nomination. Tremel won for his role as Seth Milchick in the drama series Severance. Tremel thanked his mom in his acceptance speech, saying, "Mama, you were there for me when no one else was and when no one else showed up. Your loving kindness stayed with me, and this is for you." And on to more Emmy news. Actor Owen Cooper made history being the youngest actor to win an Emmy. Owen Cooper, age 15, won an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in series Adolescence. This was also his first Emmy nomination and first Emmy win for his debut role in the show. The show was shot in one continuous take. In his acceptance speech, he says, "I think tonight proves that if you listen and you focus and step out of your comfort zone, you can achieve anything in your life." Emmys host Nate Bargatze introduced a guilt-tripping feature to keep their acceptance speeches under a 45-second time limit. Nate Bargatze said he would donate $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of America, but the counter would go down when acceptance speeches went over their time limit by $1,000. The counter did go down to negative $60,000 at the end of the night, but CBS executives put in $100,000 and Bargatze would donate $250,000, making a total of $350,000 for the Boy and Girls Club at the end of the night. An Oklahoma-born country star confirmed her engagement at the Emmys. Reba McEntire finally announced her engagement to actor Rex Linn. They have been dating since 2020 and met on the TV show Young Sheldon. They are currently starred together on the show Happy's Place. Zach, what was your favorite part in the Emmys?
So my favorite part about the Emmys, I don't know if I could tell you that, but my least favorite part was that White Lotus did not win an award. What about you, Chelsea?
Well, my favorite part was seeing Stephen Colbert make a comeback and winning an Emmy. What about you, Valerie?
Well, I do have to agree with Zach. I did love White Lotus, so it was a little bit disappointing to see they weren't recognized. But as a fellow Gen Z myself, it was pretty cool to see someone of my generation winning an Emmy. Coming up, updates on your Bronco volleyball squad and info about this weekend's football home game.
And we'll catch up on Bronco sports happenings coming up this week after the break.
Rugged, rough, built for the road ahead.
Sometimes I feel like a shell of a man.
Commercials are fake. What you're feeling isn't. Call or text 988, Oklahoma's mental health lifeline.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
The University of Central Oklahoma grows and thrives. We move forward, daily living the Bronco way, being reflective of our neighborhood, community, history, and Oklahoma. This is what has made us who we are. Oklahoma's Metropolitan University, the third largest university in Oklahoma. This is where movement is. This is the University of Central Oklahoma.
Hey Broncos, UCentral sports reporter Phil Rodriguez here with your Monday matchups. Let's check it out. The second-ranked UCO volleyball team is 9-0 after a dominant four-match showing this weekend in the St. Mary's Invitational in San Antonio, Texas. Senior setter Lindsey Horan had an eye-popping 110 assists across the four matches, while true freshman outside hitter Cameron Glover racked up 45 kills. Returning senior outside hitter Sydney Huck appeared in only 3 matches, but still managed to compile 27 kills. Next up for the team is a 5-match homestand, tipping off on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. at Hamilton Fieldhouse versus Texas Women's University. Despite having the weekend off, UCO's football team managed to climb a few spots in the NCAA D2Football.com poll, moving up from 12th to 8th. The Broncos remained at 15th in the AFCA coaches poll and will take on the Washburn University Ichabods this Saturday, September 20th at Chad Richardson Stadium. The game will be a blue out, part of the Family Day festivities sponsored by Pepsi. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. with fireworks scheduled for postgame, so make sure and grab your Bronco family and deck them out in blue to show your support. Lastly, the UCO women's soccer team is coming off of a tough loss this past week in Dallas, falling 3-0 to 7th-ranked Dallas Baptist. They'll look to regain their footing this week in Bethany as they travel to take on the Crimson Storm of Southern Nazarene University this Wednesday, September 17th at 7 p.m. in the Wanda Rhodes Soccer Complex. Well, that'll do it for sports. Zach, are you going to the game this weekend?
Yes, I am going to the game this weekend, and I'm very interested in seeing how the team handles the adversity at quarterback position. Thank you. Coming up, fire those grills because today is National Double Cheeseburger Day, so how can you celebrate?
And Elijah DeBenoit will have our last look at weather.
And I'll be. Milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable. The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Expanding horizons, making room for the new. The modern frontier is ready for you. There's more to discover, more fun to be found. Our city is rising, just look around. Attractions, adventures, excitement and thrills, rooms of beauty and history where knowledge is filled. A convergence of cultures in spectacular places, open skies, open minds, and wide open spaces. The modern frontier awaits you to embrace it.
Monday is the day when Americans can double up on one of their favorite foods. That's because September 15th is National Double Cheeseburger Day. While the hamburger sandwich first appeared in the 19th or early 20th century, there's dispute over exactly where that happened. But regardless of the debate, there's no doubt the burger has become a culinary icon in the United States. Over the years, burgers have gotten bigger with essential added ingredients like cheese and bacon. To celebrate the day, it is suggested you grill out or share pictures of your meal at your favorite burger joint on social media.
Coming up next, Elijah will have our last look at weather.
All right. Like they say, I got your last look of weather, all right? We got Tuesdays. We got the sun shining, but we have a small chance of rain, all right? As we keep looking through, Wednesday is going to be our highest chance of rain throughout this week, right? 50% chance. But as we keep going through the week, Thursday, we're going to reach a 30% chance, all right? And then Friday, Saturday, as we go to our weekend, we're going to get to those fall weather, all right? 82, 87 degrees, 83 degrees as well, all right? And as we keep going, we get to the next week, the early start of next week, we're going to start it off with some rain, all right? We're going to start with a 40% chance, all right? But throughout our whole week, it's going to look sunny, all right? Right back to y'all at the desk.
The Webb telescope captured a spectacular fireworks show on the outskirts of the Milky Way galaxy. Scientists at NASA described the eruption as gases of a, quote, volcanically growing monster star. Some have compared the light show to a double-bladed lightsaber from Star Wars. NASA scientists say there could be other massive stars just like this in our universe. The information about this new star is expected to be published soon in the Astrophysical Journal.
Well, Broncos, that's all the time we have for today. My name is Zachary Sexton.
And I'm Valerie Scott. Thank you for tuning in, Broncos.